What's up, Central? For those of you who do not know me, which is going to literally be everybody because no one knows my face on this channel, I'm your host, Michaela, or it's your girl, Michaela, and we are going to be reacting to some Bridezillas today. More specifically, part 4. The final straw for me was when the bride demanded to see the toast I'd written so she could edit it. I mean, I don't know, the last time I checked, your toasts are supposed to be, heartfelt. Even if you write them beforehand, because I know a lot of people run off script and they, start pouring out their heart and they're like, you know what? I really love you. We're not going to use a script. I've seen people even like throw away papers of their toast and be like, I'm just going to improvise. You know what I mean? The fact that the bride wants to edit it, that's a little bit questionable. It's giving Instagram model. It's giving, it's giving a lot of things that I'm not going to say. Because I feel like it's low-key gonna be a little disrespectful. Y'all aren't gonna know my face. I'm a new host on Central. Please be nice. Please welcome me with kindness. She reached out after the wedding to ask me how to return my gift for store credit. Bro. Hold on a minute, wait. We gotta turn this off for a second, you guys. Listen, I have worked in retail for a really long time, and I'm telling you right now, if anybody whose wedding I've showed up to ever came to me afterwards and asked me how to return the gift that I gave her for store credit, you're asking to never speak to me again, because wow, the audacity is insane. Like, can you imagine? You thought of this really nice, well thought out gift for someone, and all of a sudden they hit you back with a text, they call you and they're like, yo, like, how do I return this for store credit? What do you mean? I cannot. That is hilarious, you guys. The bride's father had a heart attack during her wedding, and as he was leaving on a stretcher, he yelled, "How could you ruin my wedding like this?" You know what that's giving me? That's giving me I don't love my father. Because I'm just kidding. But I mean, for real, if your father is having a heart attack on your wedding day, I would like to assume, or at least let me not assume, let me speak on personal experiences. I would like to say that I would rush after my father's aid. I feel like my husband would be standing at the altar waiting for me to get back from the hospital, because you best believe I'm hopping in the ambulance with my dad. Like, what do you mean, how could you ruin my wedding? Girl, that is not it. I'm sorry. Stop disrespecting these women and asking them to marry you with 1-carat rings. This sounds a little judgy, but okay. If you cannot afford a ring, 3 carats or better, approximately $3,500, you cannot afford a wife. You guys, y'all tell me in the comments below how you feel about that one, because I feel like that's a lot of audacity. I don't know. I feel like you really shouldn't be determining what or who deserves a partner or spouse based on how much money they're making or how much they spend on a ring. I think that's really superficial, and I think that's really shallow. Personally, I don't know how anybody else feels about that. I feel like obviously you want to set some boundaries. You want to make sure you're dating somebody who's living a steady income, but obviously not everybody is able to control the way that their life works or their life circumstances. And so I feel like saying that, especially without knowing people's situation, is really messed up. The bride was super controlling about RSVPs. If people hadn't responded before the RSVP date came, she would have had a panic attack. Let me stop you right there. Why are you so stressed about your wedding that you're going into a panic attack over RSVPs? My sister is an event planner, right? So I get it. RSVPing can be stressful, and I have watched her melt down 1 or 2 times. Not literally melting down, but like she's gotten a little upset. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't blame her. It is stressful. But a panic attack? Like, guys, let's be for real. A panic attack is serious. What are we doing? If you have to be having a panic attack over an RSVP, you need to be rethinking your guest list. That's all I'm gonna say. For example, if the RSVP date was October 1st, she was panicking. Sorry. If the RSVP date was October 1st, she was panicking by September 20th. Please, you guys, that took me out just now. So the bridesmaids had to call people and tell them the bride was having a panic attack because they hadn't responded yet. Same time, having the bridesmaids call the people who haven't RSVP'd, telling them that she's having a panic attack. That's it for me. That is an official way to make sure I do not show up at your wedding, okay? The week leading up to the wedding, the temp for the big day, oh, temp is temperature, by the way. The week leading up to the wedding, the temp, meaning temperature, for the big day was forecast to be a high of 10 degrees Fahrenheit. February wedding, NEUS. Bride was insisting on outdoor photos without coats because we can't hide the dresses. Everyone, including the photographer, tells her, hell no. Day of, she pitches a fit when we refuse to do more than one quick photo. Okay. Afterwards, she stopped talking to 75% of the bridal party because of their refusal to accommodate her outrageous demands. To this day, years later, she still complains about how her bridesmaids ruined her wedding. You guys, that's crazy. First of all, if it was a February wedding, can we just talk about something real quick? Because our February weather down here is ridiculous, like -15 and -20 on a good winter, right? If you're asking me to be outside in the cold and you're mad that I don't want to take more than 1 or 2 photos, girl, that is on you. That is on you, because I am not gonna be standing outside freezing for you. I don't care if it's your wedding day. I just think it's funny that she stopped talking to more than half of the bridal party because they didn't want to accommodate for her. Bridezilla forbade the groom being in any I was about to say photographs. What is that? All right, let's try that one more time. Bridezilla forbade the groom from being in any photographs without her. Just as the title states, I used to be her MOH, and she was having a rant to me about how horrible, I think that's supposed to be to me. And she was having a rant to me about how horrible her future MIL was because she wanted a wedding photo of the groom with his 2 sisters. She thought it was disrespectful to her as the bride. I think if a bride is forbidding their husband / the groom from doing anything, I think that shows signs of a very toxic relationship. More specifically, it feels very controlling. I don't have any prior knowledge of what the relationship is like, so maybe that's normal, and maybe I'm reading too much into things, but that's low-key giving toxic. So yeah, just a little bit, not gonna lie. Okay, this is one of those am I the things. So, for being mad that the best man only danced with me once. A little bit, yes, because the best man's time is not devoted to you during a ceremony, during a wedding, at any time. So yeah, I think you're a bit of an asshole, but you know what? That is up to everybody's judgment. I'm not going to, you know what? I just did judge you by calling you an asshole, but to be fair, it's because I think you are. Moving on. Went to a wedding that was a dry wedding only. She refused to let anyone bring alcohol, and the wedding was in the middle of nowhere. The wedding was several hours before the reception, and there was absolutely nothing to do. There was no entertainment, no food, no drinks, etc. We had to wait for 4 hours for them. Then the bridal party shows up and they had alcohol for themselves. Our entire group left. Okay, we're just gonna clear that screen for a second. First of all, if you're demanding that your wedding is a dry wedding, why do the bridal party then show up with alcohol? Very much giving contradictive. And then on top of that, we're going to talk about the fact that the wedding was in the middle of nowhere, so inconveniencing your guests. And it was several hours before the reception. Now, I've been to a wedding with a really long gap between the wedding and the reception, and I'm telling you right now, that is agony. Like, you don't know what to do with yourself. You cannot go home, especially if she's talking about this wedding being in the middle of nowhere. You cannot just go home and be like, okay, I'll show back up to the reception in a couple hours. Sometimes the reception and the wedding are on 2 opposite sides of the city. Sometimes the wedding and the reception are right next to each other, but you can't get in until the time starts. There is so much that could go wrong for that. It's the fact that she said over 4+ hours. I would have took myself home, but you know what? They did, because their entire group eventually left. So kudos to them, hats off, I guess. Again, I've been your host, Michaela. Comment down below if you enjoyed seeing me here on Central as a fresh face or not. You can be honest with me. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. I did forget to tell you guys to like and comment and subscribe to our channel. So go do all of that, because it definitely helps our channel grow and it motivates us to keep giving you guys fun content forever. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Yeah, we're just gonna, I feel like we should just dive right in. I'm trying to kill time right now. Okay, we are recording live. I don't even know how to start this, to be honest. Do I just like, what's up, Central? Like, okay, I think I know what I want to do. All right.